We are excited about the elaboration room.
I am excited about this.
Welcome to the Elaboration Room with Reverend Yo and Reverend Harris.
Hi everyone. Thanks again for joining us in the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. And this episode is about us being reunited.
I'm not singing, but yes, we are together in one space.
We're together.
Oh my goodness, we haven't done this. Wow, 2 years?
Yeah.
It's been about 2 years, and we've been doing this, the Elaboration Room we're almost at 100 episodes.
We're almost there. We have been doing this. We've been coming to you on our platform of just not being together. You've always seen us on separate screens, but today we are actually together. Yes, babe, she is.
Girl, they can't see that he sent a text.
Oh.
You are silly. But anyway, you see this? We are together in one space and she still clowns. So you guys, you see, it's not because we're on Zoom or because we're separated. It doesn't matter. The energy that we have is
real.
the same.
It's real.
It is real.
It's absolutely real. But sis, it has been a long time since
Yes.
we've been together, and it's actually a very pleasure to actually be sitting
Yes,
next to you doing this.
to have this conversation.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a while, and it's good to have someone that, when I brought this to her, which you guys have heard on several shows, she said, oh, she had to pray about it. I think, well, you go ahead and do that.
I know they tired of
the
hearing it.
Lord already told me, and here we are almost 100 episodes later, and we are still doing this. Your encouragement that you give us to continue to keep going, your comments that you send to us by text, you know, just being in this atmosphere of us not knowing where this was going or how long it was going, and look at us, we're almost at
And
100.
look at us. But you know what? We have skipped over. Yes, this show is called Reunited, and we are in the same space. We happen to be. We are almost at 100 episodes, and we happen to be at the 100th celebration of the Southern California Conference, you guys. And I'm looking like an aha moment. That, oh wow.
That's letting us know we have 100 episodes coming up, and trust us, we have a treat for you for that 100th episode.
Hopefully.
We're excited.
No,
See,
I'm
she
just
cut up
teasing.
too.
I'm
See,
just
she
teasing.
cut down. But it's just good to be together. I get to see, well, actually, we both get to see people we haven't seen in a while because we have not been in this atmosphere for a mighty long time. You know, but just to be together with my sister, reunited together, here we are in person. You actually get to see us sitting together. So you don't know, so you won't think we're fake friends. We're real sister friends.
That's right.
This.
That's
So
right.
we are happy to be together, but we're also happy to be bringing you this episode as together. So we know that every episode we are giving you just the greatest of whatever God has given us, and we're going to continue to do that as long as the Lord allows us to do it. We're reunited together today. This won't be the last time.
No.
Lord willing, that we're not together, where you be able to see us side by side, and we're impacting with a great message that God has given us. What do you think?
Yes. And the whole idea about getting together and being able to be in the same space. And I think our previous episode, or we have an episode coming up, I get confused about change. We talked about change.
That's coming up. No,
That
one
was
just happened.
that was just
last week.
happened.
Yeah, that was last
Yes,
week.
and we
That was
talked
last
about change, and that's what I think about when I get to the seat of the conference, because we became sisters in Board of Examiners, which is the AME way of educating ministers. Is one element that they give, and we started out with so many people in our class, but when it dwindled down to the end, we had seven.
And I think our class was like over 40 something
Started
people
out.
when we started, but by the end of that first year, that examination year, not the first year, because it's a total of 5 years.
Yeah.
At the end of the examination year, because we started in January and we ended in June. I think it was June or July.
June. I think it was June.
And out of that 40 something plus, it was 7 of us left, and the 7 of us stayed together all the way through the end. There was some that came into our class before we finished, but the 7 of us started together, we finished together. And it's sadly
At the 4th year.
Yeah, at the 4th year.
Through all the four years.
We had one that could have went out early, but he stuck with us till the end of that entire time. But even though we're together, it brings a little sadness to me, because normally when we're together in this set, we have a good friend with us. And we always have pictures with him
Always. That's what I think about.
Yeah, every single year. But, you know, God went ahead and took him home, because
Yes.
we looked forward to that excitement every year, where we can see each other, and especially him, because he was just a jokester.
He was our big brother,
Yeah,
right?
he was. And, you know, to be here and he's not here, but not that just he's not here, but knowing he's not here and he's no longer with us, it's more so just like, it's surreal, because we look forward to that every year.
Yeah, then we had a sister who's married to a pastor, and because of the itinerancy of the AME church, they were moved higher to another location. And just life happens, and people move away, and people start doing other things. And so, but here we are. That's why it's good to keep in touch, and every once in a while get in close proximity where you can, you know, really be with your friends, be with your sisters, be with family. You know, keeping things where there's alt between people.
Yeah.
We have to let that type of thing go, you know.
It just don't make sense. But you know, I've learned in life that everybody you start with, you won't end with. Because what God has for you may not be necessarily for all the people that you have, that you come up with, or that have been with you. As God elevates you, sometimes he separates you from certain people for whatever reason that may be, but God has his reasoning and his purpose for doing whatever he does as we move forward in whatever, you know, journey he has us on. But it's just good to be like, for us, for example, we don't know where God will take us, but as long as we are together, you will always get the Elaboration Room with 2 sisters of one. But it doesn't mean that, you know, we will always be in the same state, or, you know, the same city. We can be in totally different places, but if God still is joining us together for this show, we will still be coming together.
Thanks to technology.
Yes.
Which sometimes I bash. I must admit, sometimes I bash. But as you were speaking, that's right, I know, and it is true that sometimes people come into our lives for a season. They come into our lives for a reason, whether it is for us to go through something and be strengthened, or just for us to go through something and gain a testimony, or for a time such as this, where we have embraced this. This is like a ministry, as we feel like we just come and we just are sharing life and what we have gone through, and just hoping that we're giving you something else to consider. So I'm just excited to be here with my sister, and it was so funny. She was like, we were in the ballroom where the conference was going on, and she said, where are you sitting? Where are you sitting? And I said, are you in here? Are you in here? And she says, yes, I'm towards the back. And I turned around and she's looking at her phone, waiting for me to text her back, and I go look up. And it's just nice to be in a space with someone you care about, right?
It is. It was a good feeling, because actually she was only 2 seats, two rows in front of me, and I didn't even see her, because, you know, there are certain areas where the minister said people sit, whatever. So I didn't really see her. I was just like, hey, are you here? And then she said, where are you in? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, look up, and I just literally put my face up, and she was right there.
That's
so
right.
It was just a smile of excitement to physically see her in person, because we don't live close to each other, but
No.
you know, to come together, it's just great. We've tried to get together before this day. We had a storm, and then she had a rainstorm. I didn't have any rain, but she had rain. Then she didn't have rain, and I had rain.
Because from me, she's far.
Yeah, I'm kind of up in the boonies, but
Just short of a plane ride.
so it's just good to be together. It's good to see your face.
Good to see you.
And it's just good to be in the presence of the Lord, and you know where we are now. It's just awesome to be. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, and I'm excited just about what's ahead.
Yeah.
What's ahead? Even with the election, we have a woman bishop over the 5th, and I'm just excited about this time. I know a lot of people are seeing, want to see, have a negative perspective, but as we have said in many a show, it's your perspective on things. And we talked about change, you guys. Who remembers something from change? Put it in the comment section, because we talked about change. Change isn't to your detriment all the time. And staying in a routine isn't always the best way. I see it. See, we've been talking about this. You guys will see the part. I'm going to post of how we've been messing with this camera.
I think every time we move, it goes dark. But when we stay still, it seems to stay light. But I don't know. Okay. But you will see it fading in now from light to dark. That's not us. As we told you, we are in a conference. We're at a hotel. We are actually sitting, I ain't gonna even lie, in the middle of a hallway under a beautiful chandelier that you can see, because it was the best place that we could find lighting without noise.
After several moves of furniture. So we've been up here moving furniture.
We moved so much furniture, the security guy came up.
I know, because I told her, I said, I bet your security is watching us and
He
looking to
was.
see what we were doing. And he came walking on up, and she said, see, somebody, I told you someone was gonna walk down the hall. Anyway,
we didn't want to have a lot of background noise, because we could have sat right in the midst of it. People would have been walking behind us. You would have heard a lot of talking, but we was just happy to do a show together. So that's why you got reunited.
That's it.
So with that being said, what we want you to do is, someone you haven't seen in a long time, give them a call and reunite. I know everybody is into the technology of text, don't call me, but just connect with somebody so you can see them. Both of us over the years, we've lost a lot of people, and just to have that ability to actually physically see someone, touch someone, say hi, hug someone, it's a big deal. So if you have the opportunity to reunite with someone, a loved one, a friend, sister, brother, whatever it is, take that time to reunite with them and just hug them and say, I just wanted to see you face to face.
That's right, because I believe that God's plan is one of connection. And we don't know what God's plan is ultimately, but Scripture says God knows the plans for you and for your life. So we hope in this show of reuniting, we've given you something else to consider, whether it is checking in with someone that you love, care about, acquaintance.
Yeah. So with that being said, we want you to be brave, be strong, and be different. Ask and it will be given unto you. Seeking you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Remember to believe in yourself and encourage yourself. But in all things, remember, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Peace and blessings, our brothers and sisters. Until next time, in the Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
The Elaboration Room with two sisters of one. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode every Monday at 6 p.m.